Hello, welcome again to SCLC today. We're so happy that you joined us. We're just elated over the fact that we're here at the summertime, the season of summer, right here on Auburn Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. Just want to thank all of you for tuning in. And ladies and gentlemen, be careful every day, but particularly summertime bring about a lot of mishaps. I was just thinking about, we've already getting reports throughout the country, people going to the beaches and the drownings and the lack of attention given to young people around the swimming pools as well as the beachfront. Please be careful in terms of the summer activities. We know you will, and we know you care, but many times we all forget and get just a little bit relaxed, and our attention would not be focused upon, particularly other people as well as our young children. They don't understand. They don't understand the danger, and the water is so enticing. It draws not only young folks, but all folks to it because the serenity of being around water. You just have to be careful. I want to serve notice on that. Let's talk about some very, very serious things in regards to violence. As you know, we experienced 19 students and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary School in Texas. It's just a situation that you can't believe that any one of the human specimen will have that type of mentality to go and destroy and to just violently shoot down young people from the 2nd through the 4th grade, from kindergarten, 2nd grade, 4th grade. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a mental illness. That is mentally disturbing to all of us who happen to be about doing the right thing and being about God's world. The world is something that we must contemplate on. No longer can we say we live on an island or we live in America and not concerned about the whole world. It's a global village. And many of us are just slowly coming to see what we've been talking about all along, the global village. You just can't think about the 4 of us, the family of us. It's all the families of us that we must be concerned about. I just want to close out this portion of the program and just reiterate again the violence that we have experienced, not only just in the last 2 or 3 weeks, but continuously on a daily basis in all cities, because I travel all over. I just left the East Coast, the West Coast. I'll be in Florida in a few days. It's all over violence. Just left my hometown in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You're still talking about violence everywhere. And every time I turn on the TV, all regions, not only of the country, but of the world. In Ukraine, ladies and gentlemen, it's a global village. If they can do it in Ukraine, they can do it here. You got to stop it. And you got to stand up as elected officials, black, white, green, or blue. You got to speak up. We must have courage to stand up against the power that's deteriorating the human specimen of society, not only in America, but throughout the world. Let us hear you speak out, because silence in the face of evil is evil itself. Let me move on to another topic I told you about that Dr. King expressed just prior to his, actually it was the day of his assassination, when he talked to his mother in Atlanta that he was contemplating on giving his Sunday sermon entitled Why America May Go to Hell. And the reason he was talking about that was the mistreatment of people, mistreatment of poor people and people of color, particularly. But he was also killed by a violent act. He was very violent. And he was saying America has the resources to eliminate the impoverishment of all poor people and people in general in this country. The resources are there. We could eliminate that. And many times when you don't see a hope, regardless of the ethnicity, background, or race of any particular group of people, when you don't have hope and you don't feel like tomorrow will be a productive day because of the lack of resources and opportunity that's being provided in this country and ultimately the world, people snap. The mind will snap. You don't have to be a psychologist to know that people must be enhanced with encouragement. And when the closest person or the closest institution that's in your neighborhood or around you, that's what you attack. It might be coming from Washington, D.C. It might be coming from the political arena. But most times, people with that type of mentality would take it out on the closest of loved ones and the soft targets that they'll call. That's a coward. Want to take it out on a soft target. It doesn't get any softer than what took place at Robb Elementary School in Texas and what took place at Tops Supermarket in Buffalo, New York. That was racism. And we have to deal with all of the aspects of violence. And racism is a virus. It has been scientifically documented that it spreads from generation to generation. The derangement of the mind and the copycats who are always looking for something or an excuse to use a violent act. We must eliminate this from our society. And it begins with eliminating the guns, the accessibility of guns within our community. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk more about this on July the 22nd, Thursday, July the 22nd through Friday, the 23rd, July the 23rd. So we're going to have our SCLC convention, the 63rd SCLC convention. We've been in business for 65 years, but it's the 63rd convention. And we want you to know that we are very enhanced about what we are doing. Oh, by the way, I did mention Reverend Jesse Jackson, Reverend Al Sharpton. They are all a part of supporting and working with us in terms of Sherwin-Williams. We still working on that. They refuse to recognize a certified black partner to come to the table in Cleveland, Ohio, up south, Cleveland, Ohio. Down south, we're improving things, but it's up south that we have gone backwards in terms of the real contract. So we're talking about the real contract, the prime contract in partnership, a joint venture with those in the construction industry. In case you don't know or you didn't know, that's where all the resources are, monetarily. That's where the opportunities are. That's reparation in giving us the prime contract with the other people who are of the Caucasian race. That's what we got in Cleveland. Discrimination, again, racism, and keeping the money away from those of color. We're not talking about subcontracts. We're talking about the prime, the real contract. We're going to talk to you next week. Pray for us, because God is on our side, and we know you are too. Love is what love does. Let's stay prayed up. God bless.